Let's talk a little bit about daddy issues and why is it that some women have dad issues and issues with their father. And the issue is ultimately coming down to the father. The father was raising the daughter from a low level of consciousness. He wasn't emotionally available because dudes in general are not in tune with their emotion. Men think with their heads, women think with their hearts. So as long as the father, stayed stuck in his head as to what his roles and responsibilities were within the family, it trickles down to a woman understanding that the heart doesn't necessarily matter as much as the head does, because that's what the father is teaching. And I had a close friend of mine, when I had my daughter, tell me that the first person that a girl falls in love with is her father. And so a girl going into womanhood ultimately learns love from how the father treats her and how the father treats the females in their life, whether it's a mother or a girlfriend or another caregiver. So if the father was yelling all the time, if the father was not being there, not being emotionally supportive, not even physically being there, then the daughter tends to expect that from men. And psychologically, it becomes something that's comfortable. So some women will get involved with relationships with people that are just like their fathers because psychologically it feels comfortable to them. That's what they knew. It doesn't necessarily mean that they were raising their daughters right. And now, not even right. It doesn't mean that they were raising their daughters from a high level of consciousness. And so, in my experience, that's where the daddy issues come from. That the fathers are raising their daughters from a low level of consciousness and telling them exactly how they should be, instead of embracing the idea that we are all individuals. We all came here with the ability to love, including the men. But there's this awful cycle with men that tells us bury your emotions, only think rationally, go to work, and just come home and expect that things are going to happen for you. Expect that you're going to be treated like a king, when the reality is that the type of behavior that most fathers have and most men have is not king-like behavior. It's more like joker behavior. So that's just my experience. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you're somebody that identifies with this idea that a man needs to be a certain way, and that happens to be a toxic way, it's something that you can work on. There are ways, there are methods to go back and say, hey, just because I love my father doesn't mean that he was right. It doesn't mean that he was raising me from a high level of consciousness. Doesn't mean that he was in tune with his heart. You can move beyond those things and get into a healthy relationship with someone who is a king. And if you find a man who is in tune with his own emotions, then those natural tendencies, those divine feminine tendencies that you have, will automatically come out, and you'll want to do those things for him because he's going to make you feel safe. He's going to make you feel comfortable and allow you to be you with zero expectations other than just staying committed. So that's just my 2 cents. I hope that it resonates, and thanks for listening today.